Good night, Mr. Spiky.
Till next time, Spiky.
And Panther, wherever you're hiding. Or snoring.
Anybody want these stickers?
Yeah, sure. You send me those all the time. I stick them on everything. Good for hiding scratches and dents. Hey, Mike. Yeah, I just got a little chilly.
I wonder if that thing needs to be sent to a clock repair.
I don't think it needs repair at all. I would doubt it. Why would it? It really doesn't have any moving parts. It's all sensors, and I don't know exactly how it works, but
I thought it's all spring.
if you see the needle moving, then it's probably working. Yeah, it's a barometer, so it really just senses air pressure. That's pretty much it. Changes in air pressure.
Well, if you see something, let me know.
I'll keep looking. I saw similar ones, but nothing with prices on them.
Oh,
Nothing on eBay with a price on it, except the cheapies. I found some similar stuff on the internet, but they're all in private collections, museums, or outfits in London and shit that don't have prices on it. But these are all...
That's vague.
Yeah, but the only thing is that those are all nicely restored ones on little wooden stands, all nicely displayed, shit like that. Some of them are a lot fancier too, but it depends. So it's hard to get a read on exactly how
I would
much it's
hope
worth.
that that's worth a little bit more than $10, $20.
Yeah, you can't always go by eBay because if there's only like one on there and there's no examples to go by, then you're pretty well fucked, you know?
Damn, they left you hanging on The Walking Dead. Damn.
Not really, actually,
Well,
you know?
You got to see if Glenn and the other douchebag is going to make it
Well,
back.
they probably do, yeah.
And then you got the original guy there. What's his name? The original.
Oh,
from season
God, I
one.
keep forgetting his
He
name.
showed up right at the right as they're having
He seems to be getting over his crazy. Comes into that fucking scene,
the family meeting or the
and
town,
then you got
town meeting.
the whack jobs that have to be killed
Oh yeah.
that he let live. You know, and big mistake there. And the town mayor there who suddenly decided, you know, kill him. You know.
Yeah, well, she's now realizing the hardcore ways. She's a hard ass now. Her husband just got killed by the surgeon.
Yeah.
That's it. Done. Put him down. Do it and put him down.
And then they don't show that he's also gonna have to put down the husband too, because he's gonna come back any minute as one of them.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Unless
right.
they forget, and while they're all somewhere else, he comes
Husband
back and bites somebody.
bleeding out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
however
here
more.
comes the happy reunion.
And what's going to be done with the priest?
That guy there at the walking stick, he's just sitting there with his mouth hanging open.
Yeah.
Like, well, finally found Rick, and here we are.
Yeah.
Does Terry follow this show?
No, she's too scared to watch this. You can
God. Seriously?
Yeah,
Oh.
she won't watch that. Way too frightened.
Unbelievable. She does realize that this is a TV show.
Yeah. Not really. Yeah, I don't know. Well, in a universe of infinity, anything is possible, Scott. Including the most wildest extravagances of Hollywood's imagination. Somewhere this is true. I love it when people say, that can't happen. That's impossible. It defies the laws of physics. It defies the laws of science. This and that. Yeah? Well, then explain infinity to me. Come on, sit down and explain it to me. I'd like to know. You can't explain that, can you? So who the fuck are you to say that something can't be possible? And the minute people start saying it's possible, it's when I get worried. Because I guarantee you right now, there is some fucked up crackerbrain out there trying to figure out a way to make that very thing happen. You know, the idea of reanimating a corpse and sending it against the enemy, boy, that would really appeal to a certain mindset out there. Guarantee you this, they're looking into it. Some sick fuck out there, like those sick fucks that were coming up with ways to turn horrible diseases into even worse weapons. You know? And successfully actually did so with smallpox, anthrax, God knows what else.
Sending anthrax in the mail.
Yeah, well, that was regular anthrax. Weaponized anthrax, on the other hand, is something much worse.
My favorite was the one person that sent somebody some CDs, like you ever hear the rock, their death metal band called Anthrax.
Yeah.
And somebody sent somebody some CDs, and guess what they put? What was being sent on the label?
Nice. Real smart.
Yeah. And they opened it up, and it was Anthrax CDs. That was a couple of years ago, way back when all that shit was going on.
The whole idea of that fucking little town, there's their little walls. You know, you think by now they would know there's no safety behind walls. Not if they get up enough numbers out there. Because sooner or later, that swarm of millions, I mean, so far the biggest swarm they've shown on the show has been when the farm was overrun. You know, and maybe on the city streets, mostly the farm, I would think. But what are they going to do? There have to be swarms out there, 100,000 zombies, maybe 1 million, maybe 10 million. This human wave of rotting corpses. Sooner or later, what happens if they surround that town? How do you get out to get food? And when their numbers become sufficient to crush the walls in, then what? You know, you're dead.
And you got those two other sick motherfuckers.
Yeah. And I would have left that shit. They are so close. They're in Virginia now. So how far could they possibly be from the Mount Weather facility?
Well, they're right there out of D.C.
Yeah, the Mount Weather Emergency Management Facility, right there. It's a nerve center for the emergency management of anything like this happening. Now, there may not be anybody left alive there, maybe full of zombies, but they're good at clearing that shit out. They did it at the prison. Then they have an underground facility fully stocked and equipped for years. And the things that swarm above as much as they want. You're below, they're not going to be able to get you. Ooh, somebody's being arrested.
Let's see if we're walking the line.
More than one car there, too.
Come on, pass already. What are you doing? Come on. Jeez, you got 2 miles an hour here.
I was afraid to go too fast with a cop watching.
Are we walking the line? Yes, we are. Oh, yes, we are. Did you see it?
Oh, the camera saw it, yeah.
Yep, we're walking the line. Yep, he's out of the car and cuffed. Look at him. Cuffed. He's going in the car. Yep, he's arrested. Oh, boy.
Have you been drinking tonight, sir?
Yes. Better him than me. I didn't see him now. Was that the state or was that?
Oh, I don't know. Probably Dutchess County Sheriff's Office, I believe. Or it could have been State Trooper.
Someone's not going home tonight, this morning.
If there's any semblance of the government actually left operating, Mount Weather is probably where it would be. Or one of the other large federal underground facilities. I'd suspect they'd all have been overrun, not overrun, but infected during the initial panic and all that shit, but then it's a matter of just clearing up the zombies. And you have this nice facility, because zombies don't eat food, not in cans anyway. You know, they don't use the water up, they don't use the guns and ammunition and shit. Well, I don't know when the spinoff comes out.
Yeah, when's that LA thing?
I don't know. I have no idea. I've only just heard about it a couple weeks ago, so I don't know if it's in the can already, getting ready to be released, or it's going to be released over the summer. I don't think they're going to run both concurrently. That wouldn't make any sense. So you'd think you'd have one in the off season. One.
Is it an AMC show?
Oh yeah. Well, it's a spinoff, so yeah, it has to be. It's an actual spinoff of Walking Dead, so it's going to be a lot of the same storylines going. The same storyline. The zombies.
I hope they have more flashbacks. Those Walking Dead don't have too many flashbacks anymore.
No.
Kind of hard to. Everybody's grown up and got long hair now.
Yeah.
Busted over here.
Where? I don't see any lights.
There.
Oh yeah, over in the parking lot.
Two of them.
Somebody tried to evade the police by driving into the parking lot. That always works.
Let's see if you can see anybody getting arrested. No.
No, too far away, really. They're busy, yeah. They got somebody pulled over down there.
Yeah, somebody's out of the car.
Yeah.
Let me see. Two police hands.
Yeah. Night of the drunks.
Yeah, he's out of the car. Yeah. Two people getting arrested.
Nobody forces anybody to drink and drive. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. Glenn was right about that guy, though. You know, you're only alive because these walls went up just in time before you got the chance to be killed.
Yep.
Should have been
he
dead.
Spared his life, too, after lying and ratting him out and trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Leave me out here to die? Oh, man. Okay, they had you guessing there for a minute. The walkers got him.
The one thing is, the ones that were on the outside, they're used to dealing with that.
A 3-on-1. He had a 3-on-1 with a gunshot.
Well, because they've been out there amongst all the, the ghouls and shit, they're not worried about being, they're not afraid of them anymore. They're not afraid of them getting close or anything else. They'll walk right up to them and stick a knife in their fucking skulls. Well, the ones that are in the, behind the walls, they haven't been out there. Their contact with the walkers is kind of limited. They're still afraid of the shambling corpses, the stink, and the goo and everything else going on. So they're still like people were in the initial days of whatever happened.
Well, the senator or the congresswoman, she's a hard ass now.
But the whole thing of the idea that town's been there for almost 2 years is just impossible to believe. You're going to tell me that in 2 years nobody dropped dead of a heart attack or died of cancer or had an appendicitis?
Showing up to the front gate.
In 2 years nobody at all died and came back unexpectedly.
But they're showing like 300 people in there. They're only showing like 20 people. So.
Well, 20 people is 20 too many because all you need to do is have one die. Just one.
Like in the prison.
In the dead of the night, yes. In the dead of the night. And when you're sleeping and then they start attacking the living before they know what's happening. Then you've got another mini zombie outbreak, in the middle of your safe haven. This is why towns and large gatherings will never work unless there's a cure first.
And the rest of the townspeople are all shocked at what happened tonight.
And why the prison was actually the ideal place to be. Everybody has their own cell. They lock themselves in at night. The zombies don't manipulate locks, so, they die in their sleep or whatever.
You wake up and there's in the cell there.
Yeah. You take care of it and move on. But it doesn't get loose and kill everybody.
Like that kid, would he die of a sickness or something?
Yeah, he was sick. He had some kind of illness or whatever. Who knows what. That's the problem. When civilization goes away, so do all the miracle cures. So the asthma medications, the insulin, the cancer meds, all that stuff. Anti-rejection meds, if you've had a transplant of any kind, people start to die of stuff. That's usually the first wave of death is, people that have complicated, complications like that.
I'm glad the wife beater is dead. Scumbag.
That was a mistake.
He was a surgeon, though.
That's why it was a mistake to kill him. I would have chained him into a fucking building somewhere, and you're the doctor now. You want to continue to eat? You better continue to save people. You fail to save somebody, I think you did it on purpose. I'm gonna fucking start cutting you. Yeah. Here's my propane torch, my battery cables. This can get very ugly. I'm gonna keep you doing this until you decide you want to die and kill yourself. First sign of trouble, I instantly execute you. Because that's the one thing they're lacking is anybody with even rudimentary first aid, knowledge apparently. Because this is The Walking Dead, but ordinary illnesses do happen. People still break legs. They still have, pneumonia and God knows what else. Here's somebody that at least has the knowledge to know what drugs might be useful for something. You got all these hospitals and clinics full of drugs, and not to mention pharmacies. What good are they if you don't know what to do with them? I wouldn't know what to do with them beyond aspirin. I might recognize a few painkillers like Vicodin or Percocet or something like that, but I'm not going to know what to take for. Well, I know amoxicillin. I would recognize that because I've taken it for bacterial infection. But
antibiotic.
Antibiotic, yes. But I wouldn't know anything else. I wouldn't know how much to take. That's the thing too. Medicines can work both ways. They can hurt you, they can help you, they can hurt you. It depends on how much you take. Like warfarin, for instance.
That's
it's rat poison.
Ugh.
But it's used as a blood thinner. It keeps people alive. It's in Coumadin and stuff like that. And in the right dosage, it's a very helpful blood thinner for heart patients and stroke patients. But in the wrong dosage, it's a murder weapon, You just poison somebody. Arsenic and old lace time, So having people that know things is useful, even if you do have to keep them chained in a dungeon. I'm just telling we'll make use of you until somebody better comes along. Then I'm going to kill you.
The older and the sicker, the worse off you are.
Yeah.
wonder how long Terry would last in that world.
2 minutes, more or less.
Still, though, my favorite bedtime story is I'm gonna tie you to a tree where nobody could hear you.
Yeah. Carol, the child terrorizer.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. And you will feel the pain as they rip you apart. The kid's like with his mouth hanging open. Or you can get all the cookies you want. Nobody knows nothing. She left dinner on the front step for the congresswoman. She slammed the door.
She don't want no part of anything for the new people, I guess. Yeah, thin fucking walls. Braces on the outside. What the hell good is that? I have no idea. When something can just shimmy right up them and you're over the fucking wall. No alarms. I don't know what kind of gate that was, but not a secure one. But
anybody can come on in.
Oh, any vehicle will take that gate down. A truck would.
Road gangs or...
Sure. And they're simply not ruthless enough.
Well, they're not hard. Well, the congresswoman, she's hard now. She's a hard ass.
She's lost her son and her husband. Now she's all alone.
Well, she now knows who you know, she was wrong. Rick was like, kill him. She's like, we're not doing that. And she's still living in the civilized world. And Rick is like, nope.
No, you're not.
And now you fucked up. And now he's an angry wife beater. And look what happened. And Walker's got in. And she's having some little group meeting.
Yeah.
You know.
That shit only works when there's still a civilization. When civilization is gone, that shit is done too. There's no more democracy. There is no more, you know, rule of reason and law. It's all gone. It is savagery. And you're gonna have to do some really ugly things to fucking survive.
She's all like, do it. Finish him.
Yeah.
Poof. And then that guy shows up at the end there.
Yeah.
That look on his face. Or at least it didn't rain and then freeze. It was fucking pouring last night. Right about this time.
Well, I was asleep. I wouldn't know. So when you're flying down to get the Cadillac?
That's my mom. Basically, he's not driving no more. That's basically what this.
That's not what I asked. I said, when are you driving down it again? Flying down again.
Well, I have 2 trips down there.
I know he's not driving it anymore.
No. Okay, I'm flying down Monday, April 14th, like 10, 11 in the morning.
Hit the Titanic. Hit the iceberg.
And let's see. Get down there. Then get into. She has an 09 Camry like this. And what time are we leaving? Down in the morning. What time do you want me to be there? 8:30. So okay, you got it. So spend a few days with my parents, whatever, and then turn around, get her, come back, then I'm going back down again. like about 4 days later. and getting somebody else. These are all the return trips now.
Yeah. Then you got to fly down a third time to get the car.
Again, this will be when we're going to work this in. And then I got to see what I'm going to do with if I end up inheriting that Buick, which I want to. I'll take them both.
Where are you going to park them?
Right there at the condo, I guess. But then
That'll probably attract the attention of the rules Gestapo over there now.
Yeah, you know. Well, I won't have 3 cars. I'll only have 2.
Well, you still got to get rid of the Honda first.
I don't think that's going to be too hard to get rid of, apparently.
No, probably not.
No.
Just call Pat. He'll take care of it for you.
I'll say, look, blown head gasket, you know, the damn thing runs, and here you go. I'm working on it. It's you two will be the first to know. So what happened to that truck that he was working on in the yard?
Sold it.
Oh.
You got rid of that thing the minute it was running.
Oh, he put the nose on it?
Well, you know the disaster happened with that thing. One disaster, nose, engine, the fucking everything. Falling off the fucking lift. All the lines, all the brakes, exhaust manifolds, every fucking thing. He got rid of that thing fast. The lift was the last straw. He fixed the bodywork up and sold it immediately for what he had into it. Didn't even make a profit on it.
So at least he broke even and got rid of the headache.
Yeah, the curse.
That was the famous pink truck, or when it's
red.
built, yeah.
That was red. Went into Kenny's Carpets.
That's right. The carpet place. That's right.
Packs and boxes.
A lot of stuff sold?
4 things just tonight.
Wow. On
the old man's account, 1 thing on mine, so that's 5.
On Kisco stuff, or is it all
No,
gone?
this is all car stuff now. Oh, there's still a few little things cropping up in Kisco every now and then I throw on there, but for the most part, that stuff is sold.
When's the next trip down there to get stuff?
Well, there really isn't much more for me to handle. It's furniture now.
Oh.
Furniture, clothing, stuff like that I'm not having anything to do with. So.
And who's going to fight over the furniture?
Nobody wants what's left.
Oh, no?
No, they want to sell it to get rid of it, junk it, throw it out. What are they going to do?